Okay, let's go. I've got my Earl Grey. It is raining outside. It is a stormy weather, which I absolutely love, and especially when you love to ride and when you love fall, and October especially is my favorite month of the year. So it's such a great way to actually start my first ever writer vlog. I really don't know where I'm going with this video, but I can actually start introducing myself. Hi, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Fatima. This is my first ever writer video where I'll be talking about my writer journey and also talking about creating the life that I want for myself, because I started this YouTube channel to honestly document my journey of creating the life that I want for myself, but also documenting the progress of becoming an author. I don't know, we'll see, but that is the dream, ultimately, to become an author, but also just to really grow as a writer and just dive deep into it. Quick backstory. So basically, I am currently living off of my savings alongside with my husband. So what we did was that we actually dropped out of college a few months ago to actually just pursue our dreams. We've given ourselves a year to actually achieve it, go full on lock in, and for me especially is to become an author. So what I want with this YouTube channel is honestly to just document my journey, connect with like-minded people, and also, you know, create a community where we can, you know, help each other grow and become a better version of ourselves. So I do have a video on where I go in more in depth of my story. I can link it down in the description box if you want to see that as well, where I kind of talk about my journey and why I came to the decision I came to and what gave me the courage to do that. So basically, I do have a year, you know, to actually write this book, hopefully to finish it before the year is actually done, or the first draft. So before I go into more in depth about the book and what I'm planning to write or what I'm writing and my planning and the schedule and all of that, I really just wanted to kind of give you a quick backstory on how I came about to wanting to be an author or wanting to write. But you know, I always knew that I loved to write. I always knew that one day that I would want to write a book, and especially a book that would help a lot of people, or just, you know, in general, one person. Like, my purpose has always been to genuinely help people in some sort of way, and creating something that I know would help someone out there is so important for me. So writing has always been something exciting for me ever since high school. I really enjoyed English literature classes. I really enjoyed whenever I could, you know, discuss in a text where I could write essays and such. So to write, I've always loved that. And especially as a history student, we did a lot of essays, we did a lot of writing. So I really just grew loving it even more, especially writing that kind of academically style way. I was going to start my master's actually this fall, but I kind of postponed that to really just go after this writer dream. And I think, you know, many of you can also relate to postponing your dreams all the time because of school or job or family or whatever comes into the way. We all have these limited beliefs that kind of stop us from going after our goals. And you know, this time I was like, I really want to do this. I'm going to give myself a year. So I don't know where I'm going with today's video, because I really just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys and really talk about becoming a writer, what to do, like, you know, tips on that, because I am really new at this. I'm really new at becoming a writer. So honestly, if you do have any tips, just leave them in the comments down below, because I would appreciate that. This is probably like, you know, my debut for AuthorTube, I don't know. But I think it's really exciting community there, so it would be honestly so fun to be a part of that. So as I was saying, I am a newbie. I'm completely new at this. I have never written a book. I think, like, you know, the longest I have ever written has been assignments and exams when I was a history student. But I am familiar with writing a lot and writing long texts, so it doesn't scare me as much as it did probably a few years ago. So I enjoy writing, and I enjoy actually working with that, doing research, reading. But I don't know much about, writing a book. So I think that is the most exciting thing when I don't know, because I get to require new knowledge, which is really exciting. So basically, right now I'm writing a nonfiction book. I am almost at the 5,000 word mark. I started writing this book, I think, in the middle of August. So the book is going to be more of a self-help book, which is going to dive into the great teachings of people that have helped me grow, heal, and succeed in a lot of areas of my life. And I know that can help other people too, that I know that isn't talked enough about in public setting. If something has helped me, I really want to share that, because I have struggled too. I've struggled with my own insecurities, with, my own mental health issues. So I think it's really important to get the knowledge out. In this book, I am really going to dive into my own personal experiences, but also combining that with the great teachings of these people that I look up to, that has helped me a lot. I am really excited about continuing to write this book, to doing more research, and honestly, writing a nonfiction book really teaches you a lot, and you acquire so much knowledge. And I've dived deep into different scientific articles. I've read a lot of books, and you have to do your research if you're going to write a self-help book or a nonfiction book, because I really want it to be easy for the reader to understand what I'm trying to say, especially if I'm diving into scientific examples or studies. So I'm going to show you how I kind of outlined this book, how I want it to be. But you know what? I think it's going to be completely different, because this is only the first draft. But I'm really excited about how the end product is going to be too. Also, I've heard about something called NaNoWriMo, and it's basically, a writing challenge that takes place in November, which is really popular within AuthorTube. So I was thinking perhaps joining that. I think it's a great way to get disciplined. It's a great way to get a lot of writing sessions in. And I haven't done a lot of research on this challenge quite yet, but I know it's about 50,000 words you're supposed to write during that month. And I think that's a great challenge for me, especially, which means that I can get this first draft done very quickly. And I know you're probably thinking that I'm quite optimistic, and I am. I really am. I think the great mindset that you can have is to think of everything as if it's going to work out, because it's going to work out. Okay, so I thought that I was going to show you how I kind of outlined this book. Also, I love writing everything down. Everything that comes to me, I just write it down on this block. Now I'm on chapter 1, which is really exciting. So I've written down all my thoughts, how I want to outline it, how I want to structure it, what I think could fit into chapter 1. And I did do some research on what writers or authors use to write, what kind of program they use, because I started using Word because that's what I had available. But then I did some research, and most of them use Scrivener, which is a really exciting program, and it is suitable for authors and writers, and it has all of these things where you can divide your chapters in folders. You can have your notes on one side, you can have your research in one folder. I hope that you found some value in today's video. I really don't know where I was going with this video today. I just really wanted to talk about writing, and I really wanted to connect with you guys. And honestly, comment down below. I would love to get to know you guys. If you are a writer, if you're creating your life, wherever it is, if you're an author, I would love to get some tips, but also I would love to get to know you. So comment something about yourself down below. That would be really awesome. And also, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I really don't know how it turned out, but I hope it turned out great. I wish you, of course, nothing but love and light, and I'll see you in the next one.